So we worked on the one finger chord and we did a few strums in the first lesson. So let's go to this two finger chord now. For right now we're just going to use our thumb so we can hear each string. We're going to move, notice you got the peace sign out here. Rotate your hand and make an F chord, a two finger chord. In other words, put your index finger on the first fret of the second string and your middle finger, your finger as it were, on the second fret of the top string. So that now that A note, that G note becomes an A. We still have a C. This E string becomes an F, and we still have an A. So that's a F, A, C are the notes. That's how you spell an F chord, F major chord. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now let's go back to the one finger chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. If we were in the key of C, we would call this one finger chord, the C chord, the root or the tonic chord. This is the root or the one. This is 1. C is our 1. The scale has 8 notes. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. From the root to the octave. 8 notes. So and the F chord in the key of C is C, D, E, F. That's the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the 4 chord, what you would call a 4 chord. Some people call that the sunshine chord. If you're playing in C and then you switch to the F chord, listen to it. Sunshine. Back to the 1 chord. One of the things you can do is practice, find a favorite strum. I just happen to be using this one because I landed on it, and go back and forth, but do something metrical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's all. You know that 4 chord, or in this case the F chord, is also known as the Amen chord. So, when you practice, right now, you know enough about the ukulele. You know about this hand, strumming things, and you know you're supposed to push down on strings on this end. The thing now is to learn a whole bunch of chords so that you can play all kinds of things. But we're going to learn 3 in this lesson. We've already got the 1 chord and the 4 chord, 2 finger 4 chord. So let's just back and forth a little time, get used to it. All right, let's do 4 beats on each and then go back and forth like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Now hold that F chord. Leave your index finger right where it is, but take your ring finger and drop it down on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, the bottom string there. And then take your finger, the middle finger, and drop it down to the 2nd fret on the C string. The 3rd string from the bottom or the 2nd from the top. And that gives you kind of a little triangle. Lift it and put it back down a few times. Get used to that. Listen to that. That ain't no sunshine chord. There's something going on here. This 3-fingered chord, it's got some tension in it. It cannot stand. It's going to topple. It's got tension. What does it want to do? It wants to go home. Feel that? It wants to go home. And where's home? Listen to it resolve to the 1 chord. We're going to play the 1 finger chord. 1, ready? On the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And home. So what happened here? How come that chord, that F chord, doesn't have the same kind of tension? That sunshine chord is just sunshine. But when you go to this G7, that's a G7 chord, what does it mean, 7? What's that 7 mean? This one wasn't called a 7, it's just C. This one's an F. No F7, C, F, G7. Why is that a 7? Okay, let's count up. C, D, E, F, G. G, of course, is the 5 chord. It's the 5th chord in the sequence of events in the key of C. And traditionally, in modern Western music, the 5 chord is played as a 7th dimension. What that means is it takes the root. That's the root of a G. If I were to play a G chord, it sounds like this. But a 7th, you take the 7th note, which is the one right behind the G, which is F sharp, and you flatten it. What G7 really means is G with a flatted 7th note. To illustrate it more plainly, look at a C chord, that 1 finger chord. C major 7th. That's a major 7th note. That happens to be a B. If I were to flatten it, it becomes B flat. And the chord that I'm playing is now a C7th chord. It's got tension. Guess where it wants? It's got tension. It can't stand. It wants to go home. Where's it going to go home to? Ah, to its 1. That's the 5 of F. If you count up from F. F, G, A, B, C. 5 is the C. C is the 5 of F. If you were to, so this is the C note, but if I were to flatten the 7th note in the scale of C, I would come up with a C7 chord and get that tension. That tension comes from this interval. Hear that? That interval, that's the French ambulance. That's danger, tension. That interval is outlawed by the Pope in the Middle Ages. It's like what they call a flat 5 or an augmented 4th. Listen to the scale. You're getting a lot of theory here, and you don't have to hang on to it, but one day you'll refer back to it. It'll make sense to you. This is the C note, so let's play a C scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Open string, 2nd fret. Open string, 1st fret, 3rd fret, open string, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. See how that works? What if we were to play that interval that winds up with that? Listen to this. That note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, flat 5, augmented 4, 1, 2, 3. That was the devil's note. It was unsettling. But modern man like to take that interval, that tritone. Why is it called a tritone? Because there's 3 whole notes, not 3 whole steps, not half steps. 1, 2, 3, 2. Every fret is a half step, but there's usually 2 steps between every note, except between E and F and B and C. There's only a half step there. So here's E and F. The scale will go re, mi, fa. There's only half a step between E and F, but if we go a whole step, that's why they call it a tritone. And it has this unusual tension to it that has to be resolved, and you'll find that once you understand that tension and resolution, suddenly there'll be thousands of songs that you can play by ear. So now, we've learned the 3-finger chord, the 2-finger chord, and the 1-finger chord. Let's do a little exercise now. Pick a strum, and we're going to play 4 beats on the C, 1-finger chord, 4 beats on the F, the 2-finger chord, 4 beats on the G7, the 3-finger chord, and then 4 beats again on the C, the 1-finger chord. And then we start over with 4 beats on the C, 4 on the F, 4 on the G7. So follow along with me. And I'll play nice and slow so you can play along. Down the way where the nights are gay and the sun shines gaily on the mountain top, I took a trip on the sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop, but I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is spinning around. They had to leave a little girl in Kingston town. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you go. There's your first 2 lessons on playing the ukulele. From now on, your job is to practice, learn to keep a beat, keep the rhythm like a metronome, keep it happening without fail, and make sure your corners are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Develop the pulses that you want to use. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Develop your hand, your right hand, so you can find the strums that work for you. We're going to have a little more advanced strums later on. But you know, this finger, then this thing, the roll, practice a trill. And learn chords. Go through the chord sheets and learn chords. They'll feel cumbersome at first. Usually the first one that's devastating to most players is the B flat chord. Play part of it. Just play the part of it till you get that down. Then you'll find there's nothing to drop your 3rd finger down to make a full B. Play a B flat 6 and then learn to play the B flat. Do whatever it takes. Learn little pieces at a time. And practice chords back and forth. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye, Joe, you gotta go, me oh my oh. See, there's a lot of songs you can sing with just 2 chords. You could sing any song with just 2 chords. Take guesses at where to make the change. Just keep doing it. You'll be happy. So good luck. Learn some chords, learn some strums, practice, practice, practice. Don't put your instrument in the case unless you're going somewhere. Leave it out where you can get at it, because when you walk by and you pick it up and you just go, that counts. Good luck.